Hi everyone, masofdas here, and we are talking about The Midnight Walk. It's not very often I do reviews of games I've personally bought, mainly it's stuff I've got codes for. I have done the odd video when I played like Elden Ring and Silent Hill 2, but I wanted to talk about them, especially Elden Ring. People know my history of the Souls genre and that, I've bounced off them quite a bit, so I wanted to talk about them, how I enjoyed it and stuff like that. But why I want to talk about The Midnight Walk is by my title of this is a review post getting the platinum. This is my 102nd platinum according to True Trophies. This is my rarest trophy, my best platinum or whatever. I think it's because most probably not a lot of people have played the game. It's only like 20 people got the platinum on True Trophies. For a thing where a Dragon Age Veilguard, a lot of people got the trophies and stuff like that, even though this is pretty simple platinum. Basically, you just play the game and mop up the collectibles. I was missing 7 once I finished the game. So you're going to think I'm pretty positive, even, getting the platinum, but as I say, that was pretty easy to get because I was only missing 7 collectibles. It made sense just to do it if that's so little to go. So why I want to talk about this game is I'm pretty disappointed with this. If you're watching the trailers now, I'm using the trailers from the press pack that was available. Managed to get the access to the press pack that's on Keymailer, even though, like I said, I bought the game myself. I got it for, I think it's £27 with the plus discount for pre-ordering and things like that, because again I was pretty excited, really like the art style. It reminds me like Tim Burton stuff, like Nightmare Before Christmas, a bit of Coraline, James and the Giant Peach, like the 90s films, like really cool claymation style sort of thing. So that was the real positive of the game. But things like that, like the trailer and things like, oh, you got this combat section where you're using the gun, that is barely in the game. You use the gun for a few puzzle things, and the puzzles are pretty light. It's really light puzzles, really simple things, and that in the game, so they're pretty straightforward. It has a lot of stealth sections, and the stealth sections are pretty bad, really annoying and stuff like that. There's a few times where I've definitely hid. There's like a wardrobe, you can hide in the wardrobes and stuff like that, and yep, the enemies can still glitch through the wardrobes and stuff like that. And still got me, and so that was really annoying. It's pretty short. I think it took me 5 hours to finish. Like I said, I did mop up the collectibles, which added about maybe another hour or something to it, because I had to redo a lot of chapter 2 to get all the collectibles I was missing on there. I think I was missing 4 collectibles in chapter 2, so quite a lot. And also there is a trophy for spending 10 minutes in Housey, who's just on the thing, so he's where you pre-levels and stuff like that can hang out stuff, and that's where you can see all the collectibles and listen to your vinyls and things like that. So yeah, I'm disappointed because the game is short. The puzzles are really light and really simple. Stealth sections are really bad, and the only positive thing I can really think is the art style. There is one other positive that I've not played myself, and that this game is compatible with PSVR 2 and I gather Oculus or something on PC. I've not played it. And I haven't seen, Push Square, for instance, had a review up today of this game, and they reviewed it PSVR 2. They gave it a pretty positive review. I think they gave it 8 out of 10. The pros and cons, and one of them is the blink mechanic. I played a game called Before Your Eyes, or was it Beyond Your Eyes? Anyway, that game uses your eyes to play in VR. Originally it's a PC game, you use your webcam. When you blinked, it moves scenes. You play it in VR, you don't need any controllers, you blink, it moves scenes. And some of the puzzles in The Midnight Walk, you have to shut your eyes, and on flat screen PS5, how I played it, use the L1, you close your eyes, it's like a blacky reddish screen, little dots, and you can hear things and things like where's the items and stuff to solve the puzzle. Really simple puzzle. You're trying to find the items, you close your eyes and you can hear it and thing, and to try to find the items. like I said, on flat screen you're just pressing a button to do that, and then you're still looking looking around and hearing but in VR I think you actually have to shut your eyes to do that, not use a button. So that's quite a cool mechanic, but it's one I've not checked out. And then there's a few other things I've seen from other VR reviews. I think I watched Parole VR review this as well, where there's a few things we have to grab on to stuff, and you just press X and your character grabs onto it. Apparently that isn't actually a thing in the VR. You think you would move your arm up to grab stuff. If you've ever played the Horizon Call of the Mountain, where you got you're actually climbing in thin air and you look like a right numpty. Doing that, you just press X and you're not using the all breadth of the VR experience of the title. And then, as I said, the art style was really nice. I think if I played this in VR, it might have stood out even more, and I might have let the light puzzle elements go. It's a bit of a weird one. It's like VR and a different brush of what is good and what is bad. You let things slide. It's another game I was thinking this off was Split Fiction. That's currently my game of the year, but is it my game of the year because I played it in co-op with Craig, and we're yapping, talking, messing around and doing funny bits, or if I die I thought you were playing these Souls games now, you should be able to beat this boss, and joking thing, is that game good because I played it co-op? Would the Midnight Walk be good if I played it in VR? Like I said, Push Square giving it 8 out of 10. They played it in VR. Is it good because it's in VR? Yeah, on flat screen, how I've played it, I'm well, this is pretty basic puzzles. It's a walking sim. I've played better walking sims. The music's fine. Right, cool. You got a great art style. That's it. That's all you're bringing to the table. So I think if you want to play the Midnight Walk, I think I would play it in VR if you got a PSVR 2, or if you've got the PC equivalent to do that. If you're playing it on standard flat screen on your PC or PSVR, PS5 like I did, I would either wait until this goes on sale or goes a plus or something like that. I don't think it's worth getting now for the 27 quid. I think obviously it's more than that now because you haven't got the plus discount. I think it's £32, which is similar price to the upcoming Elden Ring Night Rain, for instance. So I think I would definitely pass on it if I was you, and that's really why I wanted to talk about this game at the moment. I think it's one people should be passing on. Anyway, I've been masofdas. I'll see you again.